So apparently, just moments ago, Amy Klobuchar, senator running for president, kind of a nice person, I think, maybe not the brightest, but she described this as a, quote, global Watergate. I think that's the phrase, global Watergate. Without the context, do you have any clue? Would you dare to guess what that means?
I have no idea. I'm a little worried for the staffer that probably wrote that for that he or she's going to get brutalized afterward because it doesn't make any sense to me.
And apologies if I'm getting this secondhand through an earpiece, but apologies if I have that wrong. I mean, look, it's no dumber. I'm hearing it's definitely right. A global Watergate. It's no dumber than any other explanation. So my instinct is that the Democrats have walked into a kind of man trap of their own making. This is going to hurt them. Is that wishful thinking?
No, it's been such a debacle. It's like watching a bunch of monkeys try to hump a doorknob. I have no clue what they're doing right now. They have said it was an urgent threat to remove this president. We have to get rid of him. And then all this culminates.
I'm trying to get that. Please take that back. I want that image out of my head. Sorry. Excuse me. I want to say I'm sorry to our viewers because that will haunt a lot of them, including me. Anyway, I beg your pardon. Keep going.
This whole thing culminated after we were told that there's this urgent threat and them doing exactly nothing and holding the impeachment articles over through the new year. So all their rhetoric has been absolute nonsense. It's been bad faith from the beginning. And they're in such a mess that I don't know how they get themselves out of it at this point.
Well, I kind of agree. And maybe it seems like the problem is nobody's in charge. I mean, you have Pelosi, who's clearly no genius, but she does understand politics. And I think she does have grandchildren in real life, and she wants the country to continue. She's on the one side. And then you have people like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who's like an open bigot nihilist who's got no kids and doesn't care at all about the country, and she's pushing in another direction. So maybe that nobody's running the thing.
Well, I almost feel bad for Pelosi because I don't think she's an idiot. I think politically she knows what she's doing, and she basically got bullied into this by her own caucus. She was trying to avoid it for years, even though Dems wanted this from the beginning, and I think she finally lost control. And I think it's the squad and the most deranged and delusional of the left-wing base that's calling the shots here, and it's why it's become such a mess for them.
Man. So the president, last question, is saying that he would like a trial ASAP. As just a pure political matter, and that seems like a fair thing to ask for, but as a political matter, what do you think helps the president more?
That's a tough question. If I were the one being charged, I would want a full trial. I would want the facts to come out, and I'd want it to be shown that I didn't do anything wrong. But I get that the Senate doesn't want to go down that road. They don't want to repeat what the House has done and waste all this time on something that nobody cares about and isn't going to happen. So I get his frustration, but I see why the Senate is doing what it's doing.
Yeah, and it's just, it's not like there's nothing else going on in the world. We're in trouble, and we need to address it. Sean, great to see you tonight, and thank you on behalf of the children for what you've said.